Welcome to the Cathedral of Shadows, where demons gather.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Cathedral of Shadows, a MegaTen podcast. I am Rasen.
And I'm Sparky.
And it's Valentine's Day today.
Welcome to the Cathedral of Shadows. Come and rest your lonely hearts.
Yep. Had a pretty okay Valentine's Day. Went on pizza for the girlfriend, and then she stole my copy of Persona 4 a few days ago. So that's been my love life. And yeah, and now I'm here reading fan fiction for all you motherfuckers. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So thing to talk about beforehand. Well, there's been a lot of news, but I think we're going to have a full episode devoted to that. Just me and Katsu. It's kind of funny. We did a news roundup a few weeks ago, and there's more news, a lot of news. So not going to talk about that right here, but recently I was on the JRPG subreddit, on Reddit, of course. And there was a podcast starting up called MATERIA Possessions, and they wanted some feedback, and they're asking for people to listen to them and criticize their first episode so they can improve. And I said, you know what? Cathedral of Shadows was once formerly a really small podcast that got a shout out from a bigger podcast. So the top tier podcast guy shouted us out a long time ago. So I said, you know what? I'll be nice. I'll listen, and if I like it or if I think it's okay, I'll give them a shout out. And I mean, for a first episode, it's pretty run of the mill for a podcast. Most first episodes for podcasts aren't that great compared to later stuff. Like the first episode of Cathedral of Shadows is awful. So yeah, I'll provide a link below. Kind of related news. This is a weird moment for me. The top tier podcast guys actually announced that they're going to be closing shop, and their next podcast next week is going to be the last one. So it's kind of weird because it's like, whoa, it was only a few months ago where they were the big podcast giving us a shout out, and now we're the big guys giving another podcast a shout out. It's really weird. Just a passing of the torch type thing going on there. So yeah. Oh, also, and the host of the Top Tier podcast, Rattel, said on Twitter he wished COS the best of luck, and he said maybe one day he might want to be on as a guest. So might be a podcast crossover soon. So yeah, actually, Sparky, there's something I want your input on. The top tier the top tier podcast had an episode, and it was basically like a quiz show between the hosts. So one guy had a bunch of questions about the top tier podcast, and he just asked all the other hosts and relived a lot of their fond memories and stuff. So I thought what would be cool is I could get three people, like just three random fans, into a Skype group thing, and then just quiz them on random COS info.
I think that'd be fun.
That'd be pretty fun, in my opinion.
Because even if, just for like the competitive aspect, because that's what it is, but also just because I think it would be a fun way for everybody involved to just kind of relive the fun moments, and for people who might be new to the podcast and all kind of like get in on the lore, so to speak.
Lore.
I think it's good all around.
The Book of Revelations of Cathedral of Shadows. No.
Yes.
Oh man. Yeah. So yeah, people get study and go to the Cathedral of Shadows.
Win a fabulous prize.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Man, what is the prize going to be? Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe we could have a lucky winner on a mailbag episode. We can.
You know what? I'll tell you later. I might actually have something we could give out for that.
Oh jeez, I'm scared, but okay.
It's Persona related. Don't worry, it's good.
Oh Jesus, is it like a body pillow? Whatever.
That one's for me. You can have it too. Tuesdays and Saturdays.
Okay, just make sure you get a little bit of the crust off when you mail it. I don't mind, but the mail person might. Anyway.
He gets Wednesdays and Fridays.
Okay, so yeah, we're here for the fan fictions, so we should get into that. Oh man, we have
Got
quite a
auto rabbits of fan fiction.
yeah. Okay, so like our last fan fiction episode, we tried recording once already and it didn't work out, which is pretty bullshit. Um, so yeah, originally, well, last time we started this with what we had to cut out. So actually, you're not missing too much this time. Like last time we tried recording this, we got 30 minutes in and like the internet situation crapped out. All you're missing is an SMT if creepypasta that was really bad, but it wasn't bad enough to be like a constant.
It was
So
just annoying. It was very like over technical. It explains like how the naming
it
scheme
was
works and stuff
kind
like
of
that.
like
It literally talked about the guy who didn't. He said, I don't read Japanese, so I opened up a word processor and translated every line by typing it in and
yeah, it
translated
was
to reading
just
it."
boring.
Stupid.
Like it's like
We didn't say anything that you would not have been thinking yourself had you read it alone.
yeah, it was like Shin Megami Tensei is one of the biggest JRPG series, and if you're reading this, then you probably already know what it is. It's like yeah, so stop explaining every fucking detail. Like
And it goes in. It's like that. One of those things that those things like that, and you all know how that goes. Even if you just listen to the ones we've read before, it's one of those things where it's like in the game, you start talking to me. Am I wasting my time in my life? And it's one of those like introspective kind of technical things that it just got really
see,
boring.
I had read half of it. And yeah, there's one line where the game's like, "Do you feel like you're wasting your life by playing video games?" And I thought that was fucking hilarious. But aside from that, it wasn't really funny.
It's funny for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, yeah. So it was kind of bullshit. But we have five others. So I think we're gonna.
One of them involves Teddy. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, don't worry about that. So we're gonna start the first one we're gonna read. I think we're gonna switch off reading. First one we're gonna read is called The Bladed Sun, and this actually is a
Ooh.
creepypasta. It's very short but sweet, and I'm not sure if this was posted after 7.5 where we made fun of the creepypasta originally. I'm it could have been posted before or after. I might have missed it, but we're gonna be taking care of it now, so it doesn't matter. Um, so The Bladed Sun by no one apparently because the author doesn't list their
Oh,
name.
too spooky. Done.
Yeah, and sun with blades. Nope, sun with blades. Too sharp.
Too sharp for you.
Wow, this is a great way to start off the story. First line: you meet a lot of weird people on online games, chat rooms, and even social networking sites.
Even social networking sites.
Even Christian mingle, black people meet.
J-Date. Gross.
Instagram, Snapchat, Omegle.
Club Penguin.
Damn, it's the weirdest of them all. Well, this is a story about one of them that I met and am still in contact with.
Wow, stalker.
Now, why the hell would you still be talking to someone you met online?
ASL got kicked.
I play an online game called Shin Megami Tensei Imagine Online, and it has its fair share of weird people, from those that talk about orgies to those that talk about other fantasies. No
Which of
wonder
the
it's
following
shutting down.
interests you in a partner? Orgies? Other.
No wonder it's shutting down. Apparently, if that's all that the people use it for, the people running the game must be like, "Damn, we need to get rid of this before we get sued."
Blight on society.
Yeah. What have we done for humanity by keeping this game up for so long? Jesus. Not only is it like freemium pay to win bullshit, everyone just uses it to creep out other people.
Usually when they do like from X to Y kind of things, it's like something on two completely like the Democrats and Republicans, black and white, coffee drinkers and tea drinkers, cat people, dog people, those orgies and other fantasies. Those are like all on the same end of the spectrum. You need
Yeah.
like nuns and volunteer work on the other side, something like that.
There is a character on the game who has the name The Bladed Sun, and she will talk about many subjects: torture, rape, and eating cat dogs.
Hey, in some parts of the world, all those things are not that weird, unfortunately.
She has a special game she reserves for her close friends.
Special.
Special.
Involving cats, dogs, special.
And rape. And torture.
Especially those.
And many other subjects.
And
And
especially
fantasies.
those. Orgies, cat dog orgies.
One of them is called The Torture Game. Wow, that sounds like fun.
I remember playing that at recess.
Hell yeah.
Red Rover sent. Oh God!
But I poop from there.
Right now, you don't.
Oh god, not the power drill.
Not four square, not four square.
Jenga, Jenga.
Hi-ho Cheerio.
Oh.
Do not collect $200 as you pass go.
Don't make me play Jungle Gym again.
I own all the railroads.
Even Boardwalk.
Especially Boardwalk. 4 hotels, motherfucker.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200, you slut.
You won the beauty contest. Get out of jail free. We can go out all day with this.
Oh my god, we're horrible people. Yeah.
Free parking, community chest.
You know, that was actually my my nickname in
Stripper name.
yeah my nickname in high school, community chest, because that shit got around.
My sister's free park.
Okay, let's move on before things
Because
get
we
even
go to
worse.
jail. My aunt's just visiting.
I've never
Alright.
played Monopoly with you ever, Sparky. She gives you 3 things that you have to kill her with, from razors to guns and everything in between. And if you do not succeed in completing the method and killing her, she will torture you.
Cutters, washers.
So I don't get, from razors to guns and everything in between, like gun blades, razor guns, gun razors.
Nail guns, box cutters, paper clips.
I was about to say paper clips,
hole punchers,
finger paint.
paper fasteners.
The 3 things, or whoops, I'm scrolled. The 3 things I got were a rusty nail, a serrated knife, and a shovel. I finished her game.
Okay, I'm gonna stop and make a comment about rusty. How every time someone wants to like intensify the knife or the blade, it's always a rusty one. Like that's not gonna cut as nice. I mean, it's gonna be a little more jagged, it might rip the skin a little, but all you're gonna do is give somebody tetanus. Rusty is not
That's
like
fun.
an intensifier. A bloody one, other than you already killed someone, your victim number 2, 3, or 4 would be more threatening. Or like, a freshly sharpened or, diamond cut, not rusty. It's lame.
First, I got the rusty nail and jammed it in her eye socket, then tore apart her wrist with the knife and ended it by breaking her neck with the shovel.
It sounds like it should be a DS game. I think it would benefit from the
Like Cooking Mama. Break her neck.
Torture Mama.
Slash the wrist. blow on the match to light the body on fire. Get rid of the evidence. Congratulations.
Rumble pack.
Seems like one of those awful DSi games. Used to be on the ye old eShop.
Yes.
She simply replied, "Wait a second, I thought she was supposed to be dead." Whatever. She simply replied,
Kill her, Rasen.
She simply replied, "Good attempt, but don't bore me again, or I will hunt you down."
LOL.
See, if this was me, I would have replied with, you kind of forgot the apostrophe between the N and the T. Like, I wouldn't be, concerned at all. I'd be full on, grammar with that.
But don't bore me again, or I shall hunt you down.
Also, why is every sentence a new paragraph?
Because the memory overflows when they translate it, and the way it loads its font is something.
Sure. Let's go with that. So if you ever play the game, look her up, The Bladed Sun. Well, shit, you guys better do that fast. Imagine's, done in,
On the friend request.
Yeah, I think we have, 11 days until Imagine's done forever. So, yeah, you guys better get on that. The Bladed Sun. She may be kind, but even psychopaths know how to act.
It sounds like it could be like a makeup slogan. CoverGirl. She may be kind, but even psychopaths know how to act.
Sassy.
Sexy.
Okay, so,
Who's ready for some peanut butter, baby?
Yep, we're going for peanut butter. Oh, shit. Well,
Right.
have fun reading this. Well, read the description and author name first.
Alright. This is Peanut Butter by Mournless. Filed under Games, Megami Tensei. Shinjiro wanted Aki to make something that wasn't meat-based. He didn't say it couldn't be something simple.
Thank you, based meat.
Rated T is filed under humor and romance, so you know it's gonna be good. Disclaimer though, this person, Mournless, owns nothing of Persona 3 or the Shin Megami Tensei series. Be
Oh,
not deceived.
thank God they cleared that up. I would have been
Alright.
confused otherwise.
Because the story makes no sense until that little thing is taken care of.
Exactly.
So, one time, Shinjiro Aragaki, Akihiko Sanada's best friend, was not only a total badass space in battle.
He was a
Literally,
donkey that really didn't like. He underperformed.
he was a good ass everywhere else, but in battle, terrible one.
Yeah.
And not only a good man, a few words to most, he was a complete and total nerd. He was always getting on the box's case of eating so much meat, but not enough of anything else, and insisted that he learned how to cook something other than something with beef in it. Alright, so chicken, fine, pork, fine, fish, whatever, cat, dog, if you're the Blade son, but not
Apparently.
beef. So there Akihiko was, in the kitchen, making something that didn't have meat in it.
Oh my God! Did the bladed sun get you?
Yep.
Oh no! Too spooky. I'm done.
Drop this metal thing I'm playing. A freaking peanut butter sandwich.
Whoa!
Not even. We're not going to be like two because it's rated T. It's not M, so it's not a fucking peanut butter sandwich, but a freaking one. It
Whoa.
just literally blows my mind.
See, it's not just a regular peanut butter sandwich, but it's not a fucking peanut butter sandwich. Like, it's not outraged. It's just like slightly controversial.
Man who made freaking peanut butter sandwich is fucking nuts. Anyway, the future say man who's thick peanut butter fucking nuts.
Jeez.
Not only was he making something so simple for the sake of being a smart ass, to try to get some sort of emotional reaction out of his friend.
You know how I'm really gonna get at that motherfucker? Make some peanut butter sandwiches.
Senpai, you're making peanut butter. Oh.
In front of everyone.
Yeah.
You can't stop this. You can't stop this revolution.
No one can stop the pain. Because it was always hilarious to watch. But he also remembered the last time they had a picnic together with his sister, Nikki, and that was a sandwich of choice at the time, but with jelly.
In case you wanted to know, it was with jelly previously in the past. Clearly, this is supposed to be a coming-of-age story, and the jelly represents the innocence of Akihiko.
You jelly?
Not anymore.
It's not saying that it was the peanut butter with the jelly on the sandwich. It was like the peanut butter was there, and then maybe jelly was next to it. It was like the cohort.
Like you used it as like a dip.
Yeah. It was just hanging out.
It was watching the picnic from afar, hoping that Senpai would notice it.
Akihiko, Shinjiro, and Jelly go to have a picnic. Anyway, it was a nice memory to revisit. But mostly, it was just to be a brat. And that was something Shinji picked up on the moment he entered the kitchen and saw Akihiko taking a big bite of his sandwich.
You slut!
You whore! Shinjiro, is that what it looks like?
There's honey on it, I swear.
Peel that bread.
It's whole wheat.
What? Peel the bread.
You know I don't like the crust.
Tell me why. He stood there for a moment, arms crossed over his chest, eye twitching in agitation before he took a few long strides over to his friend. And when we think of like olive oil from Popeye, like walking across like whole city blocks with one leap at a time or something like that. He took his chin in his fingers, forcing Akihiko to face him. You love making me react, don't you, Aki? Not like you like making me sad or happy, just react, anything. You like making me react. I like responding to stimuli in my environment. The brunette questioned before closing the gap between them, pressing his lips roughly onto the gray-haired boy's. Oh, that's fucked up. He was like eating the sandwich out of his mouth or something. Anyway, he shoved his tongue into an eagerly awaiting mouth, making Akihiko moan as he invaded every inch of his mouth, paying close attention to the small wound inside his cheek from a recent brawl between the two. Oh, that's just gross.
Yeah.
It's like you get AIDS.
It's like all sorts of STDs. Yeah, exactly. That's just unhealthy.
Blood and peanut butter.
At least wear some sort of like tongue condom.
Are you on the pill? I'll walk you. We were
The pill was in the peanut butter.
It was there the whole time. After a minute or two, he pulled away, leaving the shorter male panting heavily, cheeks stained pink with his shirt and hair somewhat disheveled. How do you have your shirt disheveled from kiss? Whatever.
Very
Eyes,
quickly.
eyes glazed over with what anyone could see was desire. The picture before him made Shinji smirk. As punishment for this childish tactic, you won't be getting any more special attention from me today.
Okay, hold on a second. They're like, any more attention from me? Like, whoa, wait a second, you motherfucker, you made a peanut butter sandwich, all my attention. They're like, nope, we're done, rest of the day. Like, I've never heard of any, like, a sort of food making such an impact on two people's relationship. Holy shit.
If you wanted to deny him, well, you shouldn't have like made out with him what was eaten. Like, he already got something from you.
Yeah.
Shinji, you whore.
Jesus, Shinji. Wait your turn.
Town bicycle, everyone gets a ride.
Social link reversed.
He turned away, smirk widening as he heard the boxing champion try, and fail, to sputter some sort of indignant retort. After Shinjiro left, Akihiko dumped the rest of the sandwich in the trash, a look of pure fury etched out on his face. How he hated peanut butter.
Whoa.
What the hell? This is not even worth like taking the time to write. I mean, you could, you know what? If we had like more time, I would say copy this, put it into Word, and take like Brian and Peter from Family Guy, and just put them in there in place of these. It's the same damn story.
It really is.
Change Boxer to Dog or something like that. I mean, you could put Sonic and Tails in there, Mario and Luigi. I mean, anybody, Beauty and the Beast. Just put somebody in there, and it's the same damn story.
You know what this reminds me of? Is last time when we read fan fiction, it was the Naoya and Devil Survivor main character.
Yes.
Gay incest thing. Like, it was so like generic that it could literally be anyone. Yeah, that's what this reminds me of.
We should make a just a simple program, like one of those Mad Lib things where you just like plug in you select the series and it generates an incest fanfic for you.
Yes.
The incest generator. We have technology for that now.
Man, now I really want to write go to a middle school, then peanut butter blew the entire swim team, then phone number or something on that. Right in the bathroom stall.
Looking for a peanut buttery good time.
Oh Jesus. Akihiko, what are these?
1-800-Chunky.
I just had this weird 1 second thought. Do you remember those peanut butter things that came in tubes?
Yes.
Like Go-Gurt, but they're peanut butter.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there are people listening to this that are way too young to remember, but is Go-Gurt even still around, Sparky? I don't know.
We sell it at the store I work at.
Okay, so yeah, so imagine Go-Gurt, but it was just peanut butter. It was the stupidest thing ever. It was popular when I was in fifth grade, I think. This has been a long time since that was even on the market. But I'm just imagining Shinji checking out Craigslist, and then he just sees a picture there of Akihiko being we'll eat peanut butter for food, and it's just him deep throating one of those peanut butter tubes. Then Shinji has to confront Akihiko about this Craigslist ad. Someone write that. I'm commissioning someone.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I don't know. I might not if I'm really bored.
All right, so I think we should move on to Devil Survivor comfort food.
Yes. This is good and just.
Actually, peanut butter did not have any reviews, so never mind. Okay, so this is from Mugen Ginga. The description is one shot. 13-year-old Naoya decides to inform his 6-year-old cousin/brother, Keiichi/Hiro, where hot dogs come from. Damn. Names.
Oh, how strangely rough.
Here are the author's notes. We all know what hot dogs means in the context. Yeah. Anyways, author's notes. MC /hero/protagonist is known as Keiichi Kimura, and Naoya shares his surname. I am aware Keiichi doesn't fit into the spots provided in-game. Whoa, we got a rebel.
Technical again.
Honorifics used. Nissan is short for Onisan, which means big brother.
Okay, I demand, since I think you're reading this one, right?
Yeah.
You better read Naoya Nissan. Naoya Nissan.
I'll try my best. I'll try my best to live up to this.
You better be a good Nissan. You Ni-chan.
Chan is used in this chapter as part of a nickname for Keiichi from his mother. Okay. Is that good?
Yes.
Okay, this fanfiction contains no spoilers for the video game known as Megami Ibon Raku / Shin Megami Tensei
Chan.
Devil Survivor. However, it is recommended you have a firm understanding of the game, as a lot of the stuff in relation to Naoya won't make as much sense otherwise, such as the whole brother versus cousin thing. This
In
fanfiction is
incest, like it doesn't even matter.
yeah, Jesus. I like firm understanding. Like, you don't need to be an expert, but just firm, like, got that
Firm.
shit around your hands.
Firm like Naruto's ass.
Okay. Now it's time for the actual story. Devil Survivor, comfort food. Now you Nissan. This overclocked. Naoya Kimura looked up from his computer screen. He was sure he had heard the voice of his 6-year-old brother Keiichi. The child was known for trying to get his attention from the other side of the house, and no amount of scolding would convince him to do otherwise. After some silence, Naoya returned to inputting what would have been nonsensical garbage to most onto his computer screen. Naoya Nissan! The teenager looked up from his workspace again. The shout had been more insistent this time. He let out a sigh and brought his right hand up and massaged his temple. The fingers of his left hand typed some code or another onto his screen. The display shut off, and Naoya used the same hand to push himself to his feet. Mizuki, the woman who considered herself their mother, was home in time for dinner. He didn't understand why she couldn't handle the annoying blue-haired child, but there was nothing that could be done if she wouldn't. Double if. Naoya had halved the distance between the corner that housed his workspace and his bedroom door when the hammering on his door began. He closed the remaining distance more quickly and placed his hand on the door handle. Keiichi was still too young.
This is the longest way I've ever heard anyone describe someone walking across a room.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's walk-in closet size too. Just say he opened the door. Keiichi was still too young to grasp the value of personal space, at least when it came to his family. Jesus, fuck everything about this.
It's getting hot in here.
Yeah. But I pooped from there. Whenever I read Nissan, I think the car, the manufacturer. A lack of memories was a blessing Naoya could not blame his little brother for. You don't even want to know what we did in 1200 AD, motherfucker. He twisted the door handle and pulled it open. Keiichi blinked at the open door. For a few seconds, his small fist continued to hammer the now empty air. Oh, classic Keiichi. He froze in that position for another moment before turning towards Naoya. The teenager returned the innocent look with a glare. Keiichi either didn't notice or didn't care. He gave a goofy grin and pointed in the direction of the kitchen. His arm waved up and down. Naoya fought the urge to grab it by the wrist. Damn.
And punch it in the face.
Get the fuck out of my room. Now you water all those bundled up Kleenexes, dude. Shut up, Keiichi.
Thinking about you. I hope he notices me soon. Ah, he's right there.
Now you Nissan, when are you gonna get over Dad eating the fruit of knowledge? Shut up. Devil Survivor 1 spoilers, by the way. What do you want? Mama says that supper is ready. Mama says she wants you to come and eat with us. Mama says if you don't, you're gonna be in big trouble.
Mama say, Mama knock
Mama said knock you out.
Mama said supper ready. Mama said she wants you to come and eat them. Mama said if you don't
What
get,
the
you're
fuck
gonna be
was
in
the name of
big
that
trouble.
movie? What the fuck was the name of that movie with the talking kangaroo?
Oh, Kangaroo Jack.
Yes.
All 5 people who saw that.
I love that movie. It's so awful. They made a
Big 3D
cartoon.
talking animal.
They made a cartoon for some reason. Do you remember that?
Holy shit, yes. You used to show it on channel 26 here.
I'm gonna knock you out.
You Chicago people listening, remember that channel?
All 3 of them. Oh man, hey, well, you never know. Since 11.5, last time you were on, we've gotten a lot more people. So maybe there's other Chicago people now. Who knows? Anyways, Keiichi spread his arms wide to indicate just how big the trouble Naoya would be was. The teenager's expression shifted from annoyed to bored. His aunt was operating on the facts she knew. The fact she knew put him at 13. A 13-year-old who had lost his parents to a car accident less than a year prior. He returned his focus to Keiichi. What did she make? Hot dogs. Tell her I'm not interested, Naoya said. But Mama is almost never here for supper. You have to come, Naoya-Nisan. You have to. I do not like hot dogs. Now his voice was ice.
Man, now your voice is ice.
Apparently Shinji contacted Naoya too. Shinji must have an issue with like everyone in Megami Tensei that eats like meat. Just, you guys need to change your diets. And Naoya's like, okay.
Murderer.
Mom, Shinji told me not to eat any more hot dogs. Oh man, where was I? But Mama is almost never here for supper. You have to come now, Nisan. You have to. I do not like hot dogs. Now his voice was ice. How can you not like hot dogs? They're yummy. Mama made them just for me. Like made or like bought and microwaved, or grilled. Like
she took the cash. She took the dog. The rusty nail. Carved out all the parts you're supposed to throw away.
Plot twist.
Whipped it up. Added some stabilizer and made hot dogs.
The bladed hot dog. Now you stop.
Blades in my meat, Honey-chan.
Jesus. Now you stopped mid-turn. Right now he wanted to go back into his room and continue writing his program. Mom, let me summon my demons! He would have done just that had Keiichi not said his last sentence. Just for him, Naoya knew Mizuki well enough to know what had really happened. Keiichi had asked her to make hot dogs. She had asked him what his cousin had wanted. Keiichi had ignored it and pressed hot dogs again. Naoya's grip tightened on the door handle. Anything for his little brother. Always for his little brother. He didn't turn back to Keiichi as he spoke. Do you even know where hot dogs come from? Keiichi struck his pointer finger in his mouth and bit down. The supermarket? Oh, that's a knee slapper. Classic Keiichi. Before that, Naoya had yet to turn around. And don't talk with your finger in your mouth. Whoa.
Now that's suggestive.
I think Naoya's getting a little tense. Tense in the loins. The boy took his finger out of his mouth and wiped it on his shirt. He looked back up and got a suspicious expression. Hey, do you even know? Naoya, do you even lift? Naoya took a step back and closed his door before turning back to Keiichi. They kill and chop up cows, pigs, and chickens. They take the good stuff to make things like steak and sausages and drumsticks. Then they take the leftovers no one wants, grind them together, and mold them into those hot dogs you like so much.
That's why I make chicken nuggets too.
Yeah. You know, a lot of like shit that tastes delicious is actually stuff no one wants. Like a lot of sausages are like literally just like goat intestines. Tastes delicious.
The term, we hear the term pink slime.
God, I'm so sick of everyone blowing that shit out of proportion. Like, is anyone really that surprised?
No, I mean, I'm sure there's gonna, I'm not gonna talk about this because I'm sure no matter what I say, someone's gonna have a problem with it. So never mind.
Well, I don't know. Like everyone knows the food is like shit for you before that even came out. So like seeing that it looks like that before it's even cooked, like I'm so surprised that everyone was.
Regardless of any like nutritional value, I mean, is it any surprise that people are gonna salvage literally every last little bit of the meat to produce something that somebody who just doesn't give a damn or is living on an extreme budget is gonna buy?
It's edible.
Right, it is edible. It's not a flattering form, but I mean it's what you ate all ground together, which is what it looks like in your stomach anyway, I guess. So you can justify it.
But yeah, people blow shit out of proportion. Anyways, now you chopped his left hand over his right palm as he mentioned chopping up. He rolled his left hand into a fist so he could lift one finger with each of the food products made with the good stuff. He put his hand back into a fist and twisted it into the palm of his other hand when he mentioned grinding. When he was done, he emphasized the food Keiichi liked by pointing towards the kitchen. Damn, now you'll be serious.
He really hates hot dogs.
Apparently. Jesus, what happened in Naoya's past that made him hate such wieners?
Oh, I can think of some things.
Ever tell you about the time I got flicked off by the guy? You know what the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is, right?
Yeah, my grandpa had a whistle shaped like it.
Oh, I got
I
caught.
now have that whistle.
Oh, I have a story. I might have told you this. I don't know if the COS listeners don't know. Yeah, I was at an intersection and an Oscar Mayer Wienermobile cut me off, and the guy gave me the finger as he drove past. I was
Dang.
really confused.
There was a guy I went to high school with. He was like super into like school spirit. Everybody thought he was a dork, because of that.
Yeah.
And he, I don't know if this is appropriate. Feel free to edit this out. But anyway, in case you like it, I'll keep going. Anyway, so yeah, he was kind of a dork, and he and his like family used to have something called Sausage Fest. They were like from somewhere in Europe where they used to like. I mean, it was a big thing, and lots of cultures have sausage. I mean, I'm part
Yeah.
Italian. We have sausage
German.
too. German. He was from
Yeah.
around there, so bratwurst, whatever.
Fuck
So
yeah.
anyway, I like bratwurst, and I'm not even German. But anyway, so they had this thing called Sausage Fest, where the whole family would get together in our little corner of Illinois and have sausage things. Well, anyway, people found out about this, and being high school kids always being mean to each other. Um, these group of people who got together, and they were like bad kids to put it lightly. They got together and actually violated this poor boy with a hot dog and told everybody
What?
about it. I can't. I've told you this, haven't I, Rosin?
I think you have, but I
Okay.
forgot about it until now. Holy shit,
Well,
that's horrible.
they tied him to a tree and violated him with a hot dog. And I was a pretty kept to myself kid in high school. I found freshman year, so I was like 14. And there's one of these kids that actually sat next to me, and we were making small talk in history class. And he's like, "Oh yeah, so do you know that kid?" And he told me about how he was quote unquote violated with a hot dog. I'm like, that can't be true. Well, I happened to have a locker next to this kid in gym. We had like separate lockers in gym, and I asked him, and he just like looked at me with the most like empty thing on his face, and he's like, that never happened, but don't tell anybody else about it. I'm like,
So
yeah, that
did
happened.
did anything ever legally happen with it?
I don't know if he ever like pressed charge or anything. I mean, because
I
I
hope
mean,
he did.
this got. I mean, this was like one. You know how every graduating class has like kind of the lore with it, like
Yeah.
oh that kid did that. And remember when that happened? We had a few of those, and this was definitely one of them. I mean, other people had confirmed that this had happened, and I felt bad for the poor guy. He wasn't a bad guy. He was just kind of a little flamboyant.
My story somewhat like that is senior year our football team had this shirt that was like a bunch of tally marks on it, and they got away with it by saying to the coaches that the tally marks represented all of their wins from some year to some year or whatever. Like it was a really convoluted excuse and it wasn't even accurate. But apparently the tally marks represented each of like the sexual acts each of the players had with one girl.
Oh my god!
And it was I'm serious. There's a good 60 tally marks on that shirt, and
Touchdown.
yeah, apparently, yeah, we're keeping that. That's too good to edit out. High school is really fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
Anyways,
And it doesn't get any better either. It just changes form.
yeah, college is more mature, but
Wait till you get to the workplace.
oh Jesus. K
Anyway, back to the real world.
yes. Keiichi's first reaction came with Nalia's description of animals being killed and chopped up. The poor boy couldn't believe his ears. He liked cows, pigs, and chickens.
Yeah.
They were cute, especially the babies. Baby cows are so beautiful. As Nalia went on, his little brother lost most of the color to his face and gained eyes comparable to saucers. There was a pause of about 5 seconds after Nalia finished up, allowing for Keiichi bursting into tears and running off in the direction of the kitchen. Nalia smirked to himself before following his little brother down the hall. Keiichi would be in no condition to inform his mother he wasn't coming for dinner. Jesus. I mean, when I learned about where like that shit came from when I was little, I didn't have like a I wasn't
No,
traumatized.
I just thought, oh, that makes sense. I just kind of, even with like the meat, and like, well, this thing comes from a cow, and when it's cooked, before you cook it, it's all in this red blood, like stuff like that. Makes sense.
You know, my parents were always really into fishing, so I think I always just kind of like figured from a young age that like other meat came from other animals.
It
So,
kind of makes sense, yeah.
because I was like fishing and shit when I was like 3. So,
You know, I didn't. Nothing was ever like just like it's my personality. I didn't learn anything in my life that just like blew my mind. Like, that can't be. It's just kind of like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I mean, if it's believable, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was never like shocked or traumatized.
You were never to a point where you were in no condition to inform your mother of that you weren't coming for dinner.
No, never in a million years.
Anyways, apparently there's a break in time because there's hyphens. Anyways, Nalia, how dare you? The teenager was hit with meat.
Well, I gotta interject. Why? How come when the time between when he goes to the stairs and goes down to the kitchen, we have this break in time with the hyphens here, but we had that like whole little paragraph about walking across the room, consistency.
Walking across the room was very important. That was a life-changing
It's a
event.
really long room.
Yes. Yeah. This is a mansion. Naoya, how dare you? The teenager was hit with Mizuki's angry voice before he could set his foot down on the tiled floor of the kitchen.
So he's still on the stairs, technically.
Jesus Christ, this is long as fuck. His smirk faded to a frown as he looked up at the woman who seemed to think she was raising him. Keiichi was latched onto her right leg and his tears hadn't let up. Jesus Christ, Keiichi. Mizuki had her arms crossed and was tapping her left foot. How dare I what? How dare you what? Naoya, I can't believe you, telling your cousin all sorts of nasty things. He's only 6. He doesn't need to know that. I'm pretty sure it's common to know that when you're 6.
That's not a nasty thing.
But yeah, that's really not even that gross.
I'm sure Naya could and will do all kinds of nasty things to him in some universe.
Well, there was that one fanfic we read.
Yeah, we've already been to that universe.
This is the prequel, apparently. Isn't it better he learns at home rather than in school? Now you pointed at Keiichi without...
Around the streets, in the alley, for money.
Now you pointed at Keiichi without removing his eyes from Mizuki's. That kind of reaction at school would get him beaten up. Besides, it's not like I need your permission to teach my little brother anything. If you insist on treating him like a sibling rather than a cousin, then start acting like one. Older siblings are supposed to protect the younger ones. I don't need that lecture from you, Naoya snarled. Holy shit.
The hot dogs. Yeah. This family's dysfunctional as hell. It's a precursor to a Cops episode.
I'm noticing a lot of parallels. Like, I almost feel like this is written by the same person. Like, there's a lot of conflict caused over food in the Megami Tensei multiverse, apparently. Jesus.
Anybody listening anorexic? Believe
I hope not. His aunt jumped at the expression on his face. If the silver-haired teenager had possessed fangs, he would have been bearing them. Damn. Now he has a snake.
Hot dogs are serious business in Japan.
Mm-hmm. It was not often he got that expression, but it always made her wonder about his supposed 13 years of age. No one under adulthood should be capable of such a horrid expression. Now you knew she was trying to find a response when Keiichi lifted his head and looked up at her. He took in a large sniffle before speaking. Mama, please don't yell at Naoya Nissan.
Mama, please.
Mama, please.
What is this mama? I've never heard of anything like that comes from Japan where is well a few things, but like the overuse of mama is just weird to me. I associate that term with like southern United States. It's weird to me.
I don't have hot dogs tomorrow, carry on, Nietzsche. Beelzebub has a moodle put aside for me. So
you think you can rough me and leave me to die this? That was fun.
That was beautiful. Anyways. You remember where we are. This is too much fun. The thoughts of Naoya's awful expression were gone in an instant. The woman looked down towards her son. Naoya's own expression softened at the words from his brother as Mizuki placed her hand on Keiichi's head. She crouched down and put her arms around the surprised child and gave him a hug. It's okay, Kei-chan. Your big brother's just being a teenager. How about you go get ready for dinner, okay? No! Keiichi ducked down out of the embrace and scuttled over to Naoya. I don't want hot dogs. Naoya Nissan says that animals are killed and the parts no one wants are ground up and it's awful. I never want hot dogs again. Naoya's entire body tensed up as Keiichi grabbed him by the front. The 6-year-old child was now embracing him. Keiichi turned his head towards his mother, and he was now glaring at her. She opened her mouth to argue. She decided instead to give Naoya a glare. It was returned.
It's weird as fuck. What is wrong with this family?
It's his choice if he wants to become a vegetarian, Naoya stated. Naoya, he is 6 years old. He can't make choices like that, and you know it. I have a pot full of hot dogs sitting on the stove. What am I supposed to do with them? Eat them yourself. Damn.
You bitch. Man, if this family goes like this over like what's going to have for dinner, imagine what happens when someone's going to come home drunk one day. Man, it's going to be a problem.
I can't wait for the sequel fic where Naoya gets caught with pot in his room. Next to the used up Kleenexes. Anyways. Naoya, arg, has to be teenage rebellion. Fine, but if Ki-chan isn't going to eat what
Is that what this is?
What I made, you are responsible for making sure he gets fed.
Here we go.
Ki-chan, here's my hot dog.
Yep.
Hey, I'm not... His aunt wasn't in the room to listen to his objection. She turned as she spoke and left the room before he could get many words out. He glowered in the direction she had gone. It was not his job to take care of his little brother. She was there that night. If Keiichi didn't want hot dogs, she could have made him a sandwich. A peanut butter sandwich.
Aw, with a rusty nail.
Exactly.
You have 3 things to kill me with. Keiichi, a hot dog, and the parts of the animals that nobody wants.
Naoya's glare remained on his face when he looked down in response to tugging on his shirt. Keiichi's eyes widened when he saw the expression, and he took a step back. He looked ready to cry again. Hey, be quiet. But I'm hungry, Naoya-Nissan. Naoya's scowl deepened. He pushed Keiichi further away and yanked open the cupboard. Most of what he saw were spices or other such ingredients for cooking. God, I fucking hate that. It's always a worse feeling. He couldn't feed those to his brother.
Why not?
Want some cinnamon?
Parsley, sage, rosemary, thyme.
Here's some mozzarella.
Demons.
He noticed a box tucked into a corner of the cabinet and reached up for it. His fingers brushed the edge of it, but he was not close enough to grab it. He muttered unkind words under his breath before standing on the top.
Bitch, cunt.
Yeah, I was about to say cunt. Fuck. Shit.
Fuck, shit, piss, fuck, shit, piss.
Oh, man. Standing on the tips of his toes and swiping at it. He managed to knock it down and catch it with his right arm. He turned towards Keiichi and pulled out one of the containers within. Keiichi angled his head to try and look at the package from a different view. The threat of
I'm talking downtown.
The threat of crying had stopped. What's that, Naoya-Nissan? Graham crackers, Naoya stated, popping open the plastic wrapper around the container and pulling one out. Graham crackers? Keiichi's face scrunched up. Is it meat? God.
No, you fucking moron.
Yeah, Keiichi, please.
Does anything with an elf on it have, like, made of meat? What the hell?
Now you snapped a piece off from the scored cracker. No, it's made mostly of wheat and sugar. Those are made from plants. Here. Thanks. Are plants cute like cows and pigs and chickens? They're plants, Naoya sighed. Like trees. Hurry up and taste that. Keiichi looked at the cracker before he stuck a corner of it in his mouth and nibbled. Naoya watched Keiichi as his face lit up, and a grin that threatened to crack his face appeared. Before the teenager could stop him, Keiichi had stuck the entire piece in his mouth. To his relief, the boy managed to get it down without trouble. This sounds awfully... let's not.
You know what? Everybody already did in their mind, so we don't need to.
Okay. That's what I thought. To his relief, the boy managed to get it down without trouble. He then snatched the bag of graham crackers from Naoya and dug out another piece. Damn. These are yummy, Keiichi said, before turning towards where his mother had gone and dashed in that direction. Mama, Naoya-Nissan gave me yummy graham crackers. Naoya stared where first his aunt and then his little brother had disappeared to. His expression was hard to read, but it wasn't upset. If anything, the teenager looked amused. He looked down at what was left of the cracker in his hand. He broke off another piece and took a bite out of it, keeping his gaze where his little brother had gone as he chewed. Now his expression became kind before he turned around. He popped the rest of the graham cracker piece into his mouth and headed back towards the hall that led to his bedroom. I'm falling for him this time, aren't I? I suppose as long as it doesn't get in the way of things, I can live with that.
Well, that was just terrible.
Damn. Well, there's 4 reviews. Let's see what other people thought.
My God, Kawaii.
So Broken Black Cat said, "Aw, so cute." X3333.
Oh, okay, let's look at that face. You have the cross-eye that's like, wincy cute for the X's, and then there's like a series of mouth muzzles beneath it. That's dumb.
Okay.
Why does everybody do that?
So the Puppeteer Master says, "Aw, how cute. Now you're so unbelievable." Then Living Chain says, "Oh, so cute, XD. Fluffy Naya X Hero Fic is always make me tingle with the cuteness X9." And then the best.
What kind of a face is that? And it's a lowercase x, so like the eyes are all pushed to one side of the face.
Yeah. Then Friolera says, "Ah, this is way too cute. X3XD lol."
God damn it.
Damn. Okay, so I think I'm gonna read the next one too, just because I want you to read the best for last, like you read Familiar Pain.
Oh, senpai, thank you. Okay.
But this time I think we need to do voices, so I'm gonna do my Teddy impression again.
Oh, here it comes everybody.
And we get to hear your Yosuke impression. You actually have a fairly good Yosuke impression, so.
Oh, do I? Okay.
I think you do. Compared to the other people I've read fan fiction with that had Yosuke impressions, I'd say you're top tier in terms of Yosuke.
Awesome. Okay, I'll do my best.
All right, so we're gonna
won't notice me.
We're gonna be reading Persona 4 Yosuke Spanks Teddy. Self-explanatory, I swear. I'll work on other series someday. Please don't.
Better.
This is by Fire.
I mean, don't.
Yeah, this is by Firespun. Oh Jesus, when was this written? Published 20 hours ago.
Oh, okay, you heard here first.
Holy shit! Everyone, go review this after. Oh my God, this is 20 hours.
Hot off the press. This is Firespun.
Damn. Yeah. Okay. Wow. I'm kind of depressed that this exists so close to the present.
I have mixed emotions about this. This is very in the now.
This is contemporary Persona fan fiction. Okay, I need a drink. Kendrick Lamar would be proud.
Drank.
Okay. Now I'm ready to be spanked. How? It had been a long day. Yosuke collapsed onto his bed, landing on his back with a groan as his sore muscles finally got their rest. Today had been some day. Hours searching, and still, Adachi was nowhere in sight. A lot of emotions were swirling through his head. Lots of negative ones. Frustration. Anger. But there was something else that was prominent in his head. Different emotions bubbling up to the surface as he remembered what else had happened. That Teddy, who had suddenly left everyone, returned okay. He turned his head to look over at Teddy, who was getting ready for the night, dressed up in a pair of pajamas. Despite what had happened today, he was still acting his same old goofy self. It was as if he had never abandoned anyone in the first place. Yosuke supposed that's what pissed him off the most. The fact that after he had left, he acted like nothing was wrong, like everything was normal. Jesus. He sighed.
It was normal.
It's really cool, but totally secret, and now Teddy's life will never be the same. He sighed as he swallowed down his emotions, trying to smother them below the rest. He would never openly admit it, not to anyone, but Teddy had grown on him. Even despite the fact that Teddy pissed him off most of the time, he had really grown on Yosuke. His disappearance had left behind a dark fear in the back of Yosuke's mind, though. Teddy could easily leave again. Just up and go without a word. Wow, can't have that happen.
Better spank him before you leave.
They had no way of finding him if he didn't want to be found. Yosuke knew he had to stop that from happening again. Your line.
Oh, I'm waiting for this one? I thought, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Teddy.
He started, hesitantly, Unsure of what to say, unsure even how to approach this, Teddy had paused in his childish antics, turning to look at him with those large blue eyes, and Yosuke suddenly found it hard to concentrate. Once again, I'm imagining this in bear form, like it's just more fun that way.
Of course.
Yeah. Yes, Yosuke? Teddy asked, slightly tilting his head to the side, curious. Teddy was, with no doubt, an overgrown child. Yosuke slowly stood up, looking just as nervous as he felt. He wasn't sure what to say, or rather, what to start off with. There were too many things he needed to say.
What the hell were you thinking? Just running off like that?
Teddy, who allowed you to use your legs?
Who gave those back?
Teddy jumped back, astonished by Yosuke's sudden outburst. Quickly, though, he recovered, looking down at the floor. Yosuke could sense his guilt that ate Teddy up from the inside.
Everyone was worried about you.
I know, I'm sorry.
Teddy.
Yosuke sighed heavily. Teddy looked so sad. Obviously, he still felt guilty over what he had done. Obviously. It almost made Yosuke feel guilty, too. Apparently not, because he's yelling at him.
I was gonna spank him.
Damn. This is your only way to deal with problems. Corporal punishment.
Yes.
Guilty for what he was about to do. Shit. How can you be guilty about something you haven't even done yet? Like, I'm pretty sure that's a sign where you just stop what you're about to do and reassess the situation.
It's called having a conscience.
Yeah. It's called not being fucking creep, but yeah. I guess those go hand in hand. But there was something else in his heart, and it would continue to stir within him until Yosuke did what he knew he had to do.
Teddy, come here.
Yosuke watched as Teddy hesitantly, but still obediently, obeyed, walking to Yosuke, who had moved to sit down on the bed. The instant he was close enough, Yosuke reached out and grabbed Teddy's arm, yanking the smaller guy over his lap. Yosuke? Teddy's voice was nervous. It held fear, as if he knew what Yosuke was going to do.
Sorry for this, Teddy.
Yosuke said as he reached over, beginning to tug down the pajama bottoms that Teddy wore to bed, pulling them down enough to expose his bare backside.
But I'm making sure you never do something stupid like that again.
Yosuke rested a hand on the bare skin, feeling the two warm cheeks.
Motorboat.
Feeling the two warm cheeks clenched underneath his hand. Unlike the others, Teddy didn't go to school, participate in the gym, or any of that, so Yosuke could tell his bottom was definitely rounder than Yosuke's.
Off comparison.
The others.
Totally normal.
Yosuke is an expert. He bit his lower lip as if unsure, now that it was about to happen. Was he really about to do this? Yosuke knew he had to. He had to.
God wants this.
Teddy couldn't get off. Get off. Teddy couldn't get off. No, Teddy couldn't get off of this with no punishment. Yosuke had to do something to make sure Teddy wouldn't abandon Yosuke again. Yosuke raised his hand, holding it in the air for a moment. The room grew tense. Time seemed to slow into hour-long seconds. That conversion. Yosuke could feel his heart threatening to break his ribs as it pounded harder and harder. Jesus Christ. This is not normal.
See your cardiologist.
Yeah. And then he... See, if he had eaten less meat, though.
Yes.
And instead had something like peanut butter.
Like beef.
Or graham crackers. Yeah, or beef.
Teddy, you're the part of the animal everybody wants.
Oh, God. Teddy baby, I'll never grind you up into hot dog. Anyways, Yosuke raised his hand, holding it in the air for a moment. The room grew tense. Time seemed to slow into hour-long seconds. Yosuke could feel his heart threatening to break his ribs as it pounded harder and harder. And then he brought his hand down with a loud clap.
Chomp.
He could hear Teddy let out a yelp, filled with more surprises than pain.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Exactly. He could feel Teddy. He could feel Teddy beginning to tense up. The sting from the slap of skin against skin beginning to settle in. He could feel Teddy's fingers as they grabbed at Yosuke's face. Unsure and scared by this. Yosuke. Yosuke didn't respond. He silently raised his hand and brought it down again and again.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
All of them flat-palmed, punishing strikes. All of them were loud, and all of them made Teddy yelp. Yosuke's was glad his parents were out right now, so he didn't have to worry about them walking in on this no-doubt odyssey.
So what would have happened even if there was a risk? I can explain.
Son, first there was the time you tried sneaking weapons into Junes, and now you're spanking a bear. We need to send you to some sort of school. This is a little far.
Sending to a school starts at the beginning of a new anime adventure.
Remember that chick you really liked, but then died, but didn't like you? I think there was a reason for that. And I think it's because he told her about the situation.
What's he doing in his room, honey? Just spanking the bear.
I guess there's a lot of cleaning up I'm going to have to do when he's at school tomorrow. He'll grow out of it, and it's just a phase. But he's been doing it for 6 months. It's just a phase.
Like, leave it to Beaver. Oh, Ward, he'll grow out of it. He's a growing boy.
Yosuke is growing indeed.
Parts of him.
Yosuke, ow. What are... Ow! Stop! Teddy protested, kicking slightly now. Little, like made his little feet. Yeah, little legs. Can't get any traction. His hand clenching Yosuke's pants tightly while his pale bottom bounced and reddened underneath the punishing strikes.
Bounce that booty.
Yosuke ignored Teddy's yelps and his protests, even as they got more and more high-pitched and desperate. It was his first time giving a spanking, and judging by Teddy's reactions and how his pale skin flushed from the punishment, he figured he was doing a pretty good job at it.
Until you break the skin, though.
At least he's critical about himself. Like he's trying to judge in case it's the second time it needs to happen.
Draw some blood, Yosuke.
Judging by Teddy's words and struggles, though, he could tell that it was probably Teddy's first time too. Well, no shit. Something tells me in the Shadow world that there's more Teddy needs to worry about than having Shadow spank him. But maybe if Adachi's into that,
maybe he's just used to it.
Oh, jeez.
This is my reality.
That's actually why he wears the suit. So, like, people think that they're actually spanking him, but he's actually just spanking the suit. I am sorry, Ow! Yosuke, stop!
Sorry doesn't cut it, Teddy. Do you have any idea how much you worried me?
Yosuke suddenly yelled, his hand not pausing for a second.
You have any idea how scared I was? Damn it, Teddy. You're one of my best friends, and you just run off like that.
Teddy's protest died down suddenly. At this point, the only noises he made were his yelps and his sobs as his punishment continued. Yosuke could slowly feel it. I'm getting really...
God, that's sexy. Yeah, you are.
Damn. I'm hard as a rock right now. Anyways, Yosuke could slowly feel the anger draining from him, though, as he finally vented out his real reason. He was worried about Teddy. Teddy had hurt him. It scared Yosuke to think of losing one of the people he had grown so attached to. Yosuke loved Teddy like a brother. Whoa, that somehow made this like 10 times more creepier, which I didn't really think was possible, but it did. And it scared him with his sudden disappearance. Yosuke kept this up until Teddy's bottom was a bright red. Just like the Japanese flag. Not again.
I want to copy my nose right into that big flag on your head.
He's like going around in like a circle formation with the
Never
snaps.
surrender.
Land of that Rasen ass.
I want to bomb your Pearl Harbor. Kauai in Hawaii.
Jesus. Yosuke kept this up until Teddy's bottom of a bright red, not nearly as bad as what.
Sounds like Beyonce. You're just like watching this happen.
Not nearly as bad as he had seen Dojima give you, though.
He didn't stop or participate. He just kind of watched it.
I'm just imagining Yosuke and Nanako on the side of the room. Dojima's just spanking the fuck out of you.
Nice, bro. Make it better.
Yosuke and Nanako are just singing the Juna song in the corner, trying to ignore the sounds being made. This is, like, simultaneously, this is the best and worst thing ever.
Big bro's butt is all red.
Where was and was sobbing over. I need to take a deep breath. And was sobbing over Yosuke's lap. Yosuke let out a heavy sigh, feeling the last bits of his emotions draining away. He reached down, gently rubbing the two burning cheeks. Wondered if he had been too hard on him, but it was too late to think that now.
Hard on him.
What was done was done. It feels so bad. What once was happy now is sad. I'll never love again. Okay.
My world is ending.
And it wasn't. Or wait. And it wasn't like Teddy went to school anyways, so it's not like he'd have to sit in those damn desks all the time. Wow, today I learned apparently you never have to sit down if you're not in school.
Never.
Always standing or laying outside of school.
Now promise me we won't ever do that again.
Yosuke ordered in a soft but firm voice. I promise.
All right.
Yosuke reached down, gently pulling up the pajama bottoms up, covering the red skin. He gently grabbed the young man and stood him up in front of him, watching him wipe his face, now wet with tears with the back of his sleeves. It was an adorable picture. Yes, Yosuke loved Teddy like a brother. He gave him a small smile to him as he stood up and hugged him.
I forgive you, Teddy. Come on, let's go to bed. It's been a long day.
Wow. Jesus.
If we keep doing this, Roz, we're going to have fan fictions about us. You know that, right?
Well, thanks for reminding me. So
Oh, Jesus, what?
So Apostrophe Man emailed us a few episodes ago. He's the guy that like draws those backgrounds and stuff for us that are really cool.
Right.
Like, looks really awesome. And he wanted to know, if I'm a slug and Katsu's a dog, what are you?
I'm a snail.
Wait, no, I was a snail. So,
Wait, you said you were a... Wait, you're a...
No, I meant snail, but I said slug. I'm sorry.
I'm probably something equally limbless and mucusy.
So a slug then.
Yeah, or like a nematode sluggy kind of thing, yeah.
Good thing, because he asked this with the intention of making a doujinshi about COS, so...
Oh, Jesus, I'm going to be in porn.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't really know what you could do with this. No one answer that. Let's not go further with that.
Oh, well, never mind then.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, so...
I need at least one orphan. Can I try on your shell?
Anyway, okay. So, moving on. This is the last fanfic, and I think you can take over for this.
All right. The takoyaki encounter.
Oh wait, no, wrong
Right.
one. We decided we're not doing that one. Here's
All right.
It's Fuka and the Beast.
Oh, right, okay.
And if you don't know what this is gonna be about just by that title alone, you're probably sheltered. But anyways, yeah.
Fuka and the Bees? Question mark?
Oh yeah, that's a
Maybe?
question mark.
By Hat Amazing. Not Amazing Hat, but Hat Amazing.
That head is pretty damn amazing.
A fan fiction I made out of boredom contains bestiality.
Yep.
I'm sorry, world.
And the genre is romance/drama.
Oh, god damn it. Alright. Warning, this has terrible spelling in some parts, and my writing is utter shit at times. Please enjoy.
At least he's honest.
Well, I'll say at least for that part, we're having grammatical problems of spelling, but you know, whatever. I capitalize. Chapter 1.
Oh god, this is multi-part.
Usually they just put like a chapter and never do anything else with it. And
Oh yeah, there's no other chapters. This is the only one.
But there might be another one coming because this was published on January 13th of 2014.
Jesus Christ, why are all of these so recent?
Because it's becoming real.
Okay, continue.
Yes, this has been foretold by the prophecy. Chapter 1. It was a peaceful evening in the dorm. Fuka was sitting by herself with her laptop on her lap like any other night. She was alone as everyone else had plans. She didn't mind though. She didn't mind though. She kind of talks like that though. She wasn't always lonely since Koamaru was sleeping right next to her on the couch. As Fuka was doing some research for a project, she got an email from Junpei. She sighed when she saw the message was from him. She didn't think it was anything important, since he would probably send the team pictures of what he thought was funny or just dirty jokes. Junpei, I swear, she mumbled under her breath. She was hesitant to click on the message.
I guess, can you scan this for viruses real quick?
Iris, can you bring me some legs? She lowered the volume just in case he was going to try anything funny. She clicked the message and she blushed intensely at what she was looking at. It was a bestiality site with dogs doing things to naked women. Oh, how interesting. Fuka had no time to see every detail, but she had seen enough to know what kind of things they were doing. She jumped up and pushed the laptop off of her, and it crashed to the floor and turned off. Junpei! She screamed in blushing anger. Normally she wouldn't send those kind of things to her or anyone for that matter. She was so confused as to why he would send it to her of all people.
I like to think that's part of like Junpei's social link, like the main character, like, hey, you think I should send this email to Fuka? And the main character's like, fuck yeah, go for it.
You enjoy bestiality porn, Junpei. Social link up. Hey, can you talk? Yes, no, yes. I kind of want to try something. Promise you won't laugh? Yes, no, yes. Thanks. I knew I could count on you. Anyway.
Oh, God. Continue reading.
As Spook was trying to calm it down, she heard a whimper from behind. She turned around to find that she had woken up Koromaro, and his ears were folded back, whimpering.
Oh, I'm sorry, Koro-chan. I didn't mean to wake you.
Koromaro stretched from the couch and hopped off the... Koromaro stretched from the couch and hopped off the couch.
Holy shit! Like his hind legs are like still attached to the couch, but then
still walking on the couch while the front was on.
He's like elongating his spine as he continues walking with his front two legs.
And his slinky just kind of loses its sync going on.
It looks like Cat Dog a little bit, getting off the couch.
She blushed wildly as she still couldn't get the images out of her head. Well, it only happened like 5 seconds ago. That's understandable. She blushed wildly as she still couldn't get the images out of her head and backed away from him. No, stay. She blushed wildly, thinking he was going to do something to her.
Koromaro trying to cop a feel. She.
Koromaro confused whimpered. Koromaro confused whimpered and backed. Oh my God. Whimpered and backed away and walked. See, actually, this person does have decent spelling. It's just all sentence structure's all wrong.
Yeah.
Koromaro confused whimpered and backed away and walked over to the corner of the couch and stayed there. Fuka settled down and started to feel as bad as she realized Koromaro was better than that, and he was a loyal dog.
Koromaro was better than that. He hasn't had a hugging problem since he was
Koromaro, you can change your life. You can make the change today. It's got to start with you.
Koromaro and Dr. Phil.
Koromaro is a pervert.
Koromaro, are you saying you can summon a giant Cerberus demon with that collar of yours? Woof. Koromaro, you need to get more in touch with reality.
I remember Robin's back legs were stuck on the couch. That's right.
Shut up, Robin.
Shut up, Rob. You don't even have back legs anymore. I know. Shut up. Anyway.
We're going to send Koromaro to the Dr. Phil house to get his life straightened up.
I didn't mean to. She sighed. She sighed and walked over to the scared dog and started to pet him behind the ears. The dog started to wag its tail a little as he was being petted. Fuka smiled as she saw he was cheering up again after being disturbed from his sleep. How about a treat from the kitchen? We put the little tilde thing after it. Kitchen. She spoke kindly to the pup and stood to walk over to the dorm's kitchen as Koromaro barked happily to follow Fuka hopping around. Fuka opened the fridge and grabbed some ham, tearing small parts up for him as Koromaro sat patiently for his treat. She giggled as she would toss the piece of meat and Koromaro would catch it in the air while sitting. What a good boy, Koro-chan.
Fuka, you know you ain't supposed to feed that to dogs. You know that's perfectly good ham.
You're gonna kill that animal. Trust me. My ex-husband, he had one too.
Fuka, you keep that Koro-chan away from Bladed Sun. You know he eats those types of motherfuckers, right?
Why is this not Jersey? What was her name? Jersey Girl X Koromaro. That'd be so much more fun.
Natsuki.
Yeah, right there. I don't care if you're all dog. You're doing all right.
Koro-chan, don't you motherfucker even touch me. You know they grind up your kind and then they use the good parts of you for steak and shit and then they use the bad parts of you for hot dogs, okay?
Look at the flank on you. The New York strip.
Koro-chan, don't you try copping a feel. Koro-chan, if you pour me any alcohol, I ain't drinking that shit.
What'd you put in this drink? She's like looking out the water bowl. Alright.
Koro-chan, I'm taken.
As she fed Koromaro, she couldn't help but think about what she saw earlier. How could people really do those kind of things? She thought to herself. I mean,
Isn't it wrong? Well, Junpei talks about oral things when he makes dirty jokes.
Oral things. Dental floss, mouthwash,
Yeah.
teeth whitening strip, Crest, Colgate, and Gleam.
Braces.
Where were we? Oh yeah.
Could it be the same thing as... No, no, no. What am I even thinking about? It's dirty and wrong.
She shivered up and thought... She shivered up.
She's like vibrating to like the rooftop of like the GeckoCon dorm. She gets into that little command room thing. Kutsuki's there, like the fuck. How'd you get here?
Why is shaking? Why is shaking, girl? She shivered up at the
Fuka, you
thought.
have no ass. You can't twerk. Sorry, honey. It's just a cold truth. It's an inconvenient truth.
Oh,
Fuka, your
I guess
twerking is
twerk.
melting the ice caps.
Don't drop that thumb, thumb, thumb.
Fuka, you have a big booty, so we call you Big Booty.
Is this my purpose?
You went a little Igus-y there for a second.
She shivered up at the thought about it, but then after a while thinking about it for so long, she started to slightly get aroused by what it could be like. She tried to close her legs tightly together as she stood and tossed another piece of meat to the begging Koromaru. I mean, could it be just as good as human? She wouldn't know as she was a virgin, but obviously she wasn't clueless as sex was. Obviously. She knew full well what sex was and how it worked. She took sex ed in her class and learned all the usual things. Very good.
Good job, Fuka.
I passed with an A.
Mother Fuka.
Yamagishi knows her shit.
She never had experience with any sexual things at all. She would hear about it from Junpei and gossip from the other kids in school when she would pass by for lunch, but she was too scared to even think about what would happen if it ever led up to the point if she was ever asked out. Because if somebody asks you out, you have to automatically, first date, go.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yes, especially in wherever this is, Japan. She would always just stay in her room and lay with her pillows and occasionally hug her pillow until her urges went away. But just the thought of a dog doing that to her, she was blushing up brightly and sat down on the kitchen floor. She was thinking too much about everything. Everything.
Life, the universe, and everything.
I thought exhausting nails. Koromaru panted playfully and laid on her lap and closed his eyes, resting on her. Fuka couldn't help but blush more as he did so, on top of the thoughts she was starting to have in her head. She started to pet his head and his body back slowly. Body back. As opposed to the other kind of back.
Bottom back.
She was concentrating on how soft his fur coat was, thinking about how it would feel all over her skin. Yukari had given him a bath just yesterday, so he felt even softer than ever. Her heart started beating faster at the thought of doing things with Koro-chan as the team was away. She had the dorm all alone with him. She stood up and shook with jitters in anticipation of how it was going to be like. Jitters. Good jitterbug.
Ooh.
She opened... Oh, shit. She opened the cabinet and took out a jar of peanut butter. It all comes full circle. And took it...
I didn't even read this far. That was a... One could say the peanut butter is a familiar pain.
Ah, shit, ah, shit.
I'm here till Thursday.
She took the jar of peanut butter and took it with her back to the couch in the dorm entrance.
Koro-chan, please come here. She sat down and started to breathe heavily. It's just this one time. You can't really tell anyone, so I guess it would be alright.
Except for Igus.
Right, she's gonna tell everybody gossiping for. She was shivering.
Minato, you wouldn't believe what Fuka did with the peanut butter.
She did some shit that was fucked up.
Well, first Aki eat it, and then she got it from out of the trash, and... These happen a week apart, is what I've gathered.
Yes.
Even though they're written by different people.
Different pen names, maybe it's the same.
It's the same guy. It's a ghost author.
She was shivering even... What was the shivering? Put on the goddamn heat. She was shivering even harder thinking about what was about to happen. She sat up and lifted her skirt up and spread her legs to reveal her panties. Koro-chan looked at her confused. Oh? And was still wagging his tail. He was used to seeing the girls in the dorm in their underwear when they were changing, since they thought Koromaru was just a dog. It was alright. Little did they know.
Damn.
They really didn't think it was nice to treat him like the other boys in the dorm, since he was the most loyal dog in the dorm.
The only dog in the dorm,
yeah.
but okay.
Whatever.
The only dog in all of the city, if I recall correct. Well, there's the one that tries biting Igus, but then that thing fucks off after it fucks up its teeth. So, yeah.
It's okay if we let Koro-chan watch, right? Yeah, and that other dog too. Yeah, that other dog. Yeah, I agree. Fuka started to pull her panties down, and her heart started to beat even faster. She opened the jar of peanut butter and took a little scoop of it with her fingers and spreaded it. What the fuck? And spreaded some lightly around her slit. Slit. Okay. Come here, Ko-chan. Good boy, she said in almost a shivering tone. Kuramaru was a little confused, but he walked over to her and started to sniff the peanut butter around her crotch. Fuka lay there on the couch, trying to hold... If somebody actually, masturbates to this, I'm going to be really pissed off at all you listening. That's weird. Fuka lay there on the couch, trying to hold back her shiver as she wouldn't scare off the curious dog. She closed her eyes tightly, trying to anticipate the touch of his tongue. Please, just do it, Koro-chan, she was in a begging voice. Well, that bitch is just desperate.
Wow,
Anyway.
such bitches.
Wow, such bitches. Very peanut butter. Such whore. She was scared, but there was no turning back now, since she was already in the position she was already in. Oh,
the best English line ever.
Koro-chan pushed his nose up to the peanut butter and started to give it a few licks. The moment the dog pressed his nose up to her and finally made contact with her, she jumped up hard and let out a loud meep.
A map.
Beep. Beep. It's like what was that name of the? Not the honkers from Sesame Street with it yip 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 yip, that little muppet. That's what makes me think of. Anyway, it has antennas. She shivered and tried to stay in position. Stay in position, man. Koro-chan started to focus on the peanut butter and looked away around her lips. He looked all around the outside and got a few licks inside her pussy as well. This is awkward. This is uncomfortable. Really yeah, it was fucked up. Anyway, Fuku was gripping the couch as tightly as she possibly could, tearing up. What the fuck? She didn't know whether they were tears of pleasure or guilt if she didn't want to stop. But she didn't want to stop. Not now. She was starting to heat up and get wet at the sheer pleasure Kuramaru was giving her with his tongue alone. Good boy. Keep going. Fuka is really proud of you. She couldn't control her voice as she was getting into how great it felt to her. She really never felt anything like this before. She started to push herself into him a little more as he kept licking inside of her. She wanted to get even deeper as she started to leak out lovely fluids.
Petroleum.
The synthetic oil that the new cars take. Potpourri oil. Tylenol.
Dr. Pepper.
The finest brandy. Just then,
I don't always drink lovely fluids, but when I do, they come from Fuka.
Just then, Fuka's cell phone started to ring, and she jumped up scared when the sudden noise that broke the silence between them. With an embarrassed dark red blush, she got up and fixed herself up.
Flexed herself. Come on and slam.
Leaned over to pick up the cell. Hello? She whimpered, still feeling the sensation through her body. Hello, Fuka? I just wanted to let you know that we're on our way back. It was Mitsuru.
Plot twist.
Oh shit. She blushed.
Koro-chan makes my heart go doki doki.
She blushed as she heard that they were on their way back. She quickly tried to get up from the couch to fix everything and put the peanut butter back, but that's not so weird to have the peanut butter out, but whatever. Back. But which one of you whores left the peanut butter out?
In front of everyone.
She blushed, but let out a moment, she tried to stand up, fuming her juices along with the peanut butter rubbed all around between her. Oh, that's just gross. Fuka, what's wrong? Are you hurt? Mitsuru asked in a concerned tone. Nothing. I stubbed my toe, that's all. She tried to control her stuttering voice. I see. As long as it's nothing too serious. Mitsuru giggled slightly at Fuka. You can be
exactly what Mitsuru sounds like.
You can be a clumsy one at times, but that's what makes you cute in your own special, innocent way. We'll be back.
Who says that to anyone?
Like, we will be at the dorm in less than 3 minutes. After that, she hung up.
Jesus, that's It's a really specific timing. Mitsuru.
That's what makes you cute in your own special, innocent way. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
I better not sense any type of condiments in the kitchen.
Koro-chan, hide the pot. They have a zero tolerance policy. After that, she hung up. Fuka tried to get up again after she felt she could finally control herself mostly. The cripple. She got up and fixed the couch, put the jar of peanut butter away, and then got her laptop back. Hopefully it still works. Oh, thankfully it wasn't damaged or broken or damaged with the screen, but did show a few scuffs on the side. Man, she must have slammed that shit. Anyway, woke up and slammed.
Well, she was flexing after all.
She thought that no one would see her nose. It's not like anyone used her laptop anyway. She laid it next to herself and lay back on the couch and waited until the group returned. Koro-chan hopped back on the couch and got close to Fuka, laying his head onto her lap. Fuka couldn't help but feel Koromaru was beginning to get too close with her as to what had just happened.
And then Koro-chan leaned over and whispered into her ear, "Who's the bitch now?"
Not too long after, the gang came back. Gang. They greeted
Jinkies.
Let's split up, gang. All the attractive people go over here, and you rejects and the dog, you take the basement. They greeted Fuka as they came back, just like any other night, where everyone goes out except Fuka, and just walked off to the dorm. Akiko walking off to rest on the chairs upstairs. Who rests on multiple chairs?
Akiko can't afford a bed.
I'm gonna sit on all of these chairs.
Junpei tries coming up. Hey, Akiko, can I have a chair? No.
All of the chairs.
Get down to the lounge, motherfucker.
You can sleep in the fridge. Fine. Hey, where's the peanut butter? How come, like, I want to know why, whatever night it is and everyone's going out and, like, Fuka's the only one that, like, stays in. Like, even Ken went out. That's pathetic.
Even Igus went out. That's even more pathetic.
I'm not even real.
That fielder robot has more of a social life than you do.
No friends. Oh my god. Okay, so legit. Hey, you didn't, Yukari and Junpei sitting on the couches around with Fuka, and Iga standing around the couches. Hey, you didn't read that email I sent, did you? Junpei asked. He looked almost scared to ask. Fuka remained silent and looked down, blushing hard. I really didn't mean to send it to you. It was a joke for another friend. What did you say?
What
the fuck? Who do you hang with?
Yeah, exactly. It's starting to question Junpei's crowd.
So why did the chicken cross the road? So we're gonna fuck my dog! Classic Junpei.
See, Junpei was talking to the Bladed Sun when he was playing SMT Imagine online, and then he's like, "Hey, I think Bladed Sun would really like this website I found," and it's like, "Oh shit, Fuka, Bladed Sun, shit happens."
Right next to each other in the context.
Exactly.
Bladed, oops. I accidentally pressed all these things and pressed enter, and then pressed the confirm button. Shit.
Oh.
What did you send her, Stupay? Yukari asked. She looks like she's scared of what she just saw. It's none of your concern. Junpei tried to dodge the question as he looked away from Yukari. Yukari just sighed and looked at Koromaru, laying his head on Fuka's lap. Aw, isn't he so cute? Did you give him a treat? I bet that's why he loves you so much right now. She laughed as she leaned over to pet him.
Oh yeah, Fuka gave him a treat, all right.
She gave the whole dorm a treat, if you know what I'm saying.
Koromaru had his first experience with the Salmon Canyon.
That sounds like a Kirby level to me, doesn't it? Yogurt Yard, Salmon Canyon.
Oh man.
Anyway, Koromaru gave. We need to make a Kirby podcast someday. He said he had to. That would be lame. He said he had a lot of fun.
It would suck.
And blow.
Oh, damn.
He said he had a lot of fun with Fuka-chan tonight. He wishes he could be with her tonight, Aika said in her monotone voice. Let me read that again. He said he had a lot of fun with Fuka-chan tonight. He wishes he could be with her tonight, Aika said in her monotone voice. Fuka froze as Aika said that. She had forgotten that Aika could understand what Koromaru says. Wow, really? Aw, well, if it's okay with Fuka, then I guess you could sleep in her room tonight.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no!
She's talking to a baby pup as she petted and played with Koromaru's fur some more. Fuka shook her head lightly and pushed Koromaru off her lap and stood up.
You get the fuck off my lap.
I'm sorry, my room is messy at the moment, and I have a headache. I'm heading off to bed now, she said. As she was about to leave, she turned to Junpei, and he could see for a split second her bright, angry, blushing face before slapped across the... Wait, what?
I have no
Split
clue.
second, her bright, angry, blushing face before slapped across the face. And whose face? Junpei's? Stormed off to the... Stormed off up the stairs and to her room.
The best grammar.
I take it she saw whatever you sent to her, Yukari said, laughing at Junpei, as he rubbed his slap mark in paint. Ah, right, my slap mark.
Slap mark.
Fuka lay in bed for an hour or so as she buried her bed as she was buried in her bed sheets and hugging her pillow as tightly as she could. That was a really weird way to deal with that. She was shivering like mad. There you go. At the feeling this person, I don't think knows what shivering means.
I don't think so either.
She had when Igus had said that Kurumara was really thinking. Could he have loved her in a way that humans do as well, she thought. He isn't like any other dogs, that's for sure. He could summon personas, and for the most part communicate with the gang almost as if he were human himself at times. She was starting to question herself if she could ever see him the same after tonight. She started to tear up a little and hug her pillow until she fell asleep. She was starting to hate herself for even thinking that she had made Kurumara fall in love with her, and even more so, fall in love back with him. Whoa.
Wow, man.
Well, that was fucked up.
Here's hoping that never gets updated ever. I like the one review.
But if it does, we'll be here to read it to you.
Probably, sadly enough. What does that say about us? Anyways, so reviews for Fuka and the Beast. Only review is from the Red Man, and it just says in all lowercase, "Don't do this again." I can't help but agree.
Yeah, this is weird. You know, did I ever tell either you, Rasen, this personally, or to the listeners about Colin I work with at the drugstore and his fan fiction?
Was this the kid with the like Miley Cyrus fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me about it, but why don't you explain for the listeners?
All right. Well, when this was a few years back, I work at a drugstore and it has a grocery store attached to it, and there was this person who used to work at the dog food aisle exclusively. That's like all he did. We couldn't fire him even though he was useless because his dad was like some big lawyer for the county and threatened like to sue us for discrimination or whatever. So his son, who was like late 20s, early 30s and balding and like autistic, high functioning autism, very strange, would work there. And we found out one day that he had a fanfiction.net account and his I don't know if I should. You can vote. His name on there was Plainclothes Cop. I don't know if it's still up there. Well, anyway, his bio was very creepy, and this went around the whole store. We all were laughing about it because it was so weird. He used to write like fan fictions about like Disney Channel girls, like Miley Cyrus and Lindsay Lohan, Hilary Duff, all them. But in his bio was things like everyone's like my internet was gone for a while, but now I'm back and and I wish that my favorite Disney star girls would be known for more adult roles. And
Jesus, like, that's really fucking creepy.
And then he explicitly stated, and I quote, "I watch a lot of porn. Like I really like porn." And he said something like, "But I can't just have just like sex. I need like sweet, intimate stories." And it was really creepy crap like that. And all of his stories, like, began out normal. Like, Miley Cyrus went over here and she talked to the boy at her locker and they went to class. And then it turned, like, into, like, lesbian porn. But, like, he was, like, a little touched in the head to kind of, like, autistic. So he didn't really know how it worked. So it was just, like, a bunch of, like, up here kind of stuff. It was just a bunch of, like, grabbing boobs and kissing. It didn't do anything else like that. It was, like, then they went to math class and then they took off their shirts and started grabbing each other's boobs. And then these boobs and those boobs and boobs and boobs. And that was, like, all it really went to. And you could tell that he was, like, he knew something kind of was supposed to happen, but he wasn't sure what, because there was just, like, a bunch of boobs in various places interacting with them in various ways. So he couldn't quite bridge the gap that there was another orifice that was supposed to kind of play into this. But yeah, it was weird. He no longer works there. I don't know what happened, if parents moved or if something happened, but he's not there anymore. So
Wherever you are.
I think
playing
that's
Ghost
the
Cop,
average origin story of every fan fiction author, though.
I hope you're having fun. My story.
Ah.
Yeah. Odd times at the drugstore.
All right, so
Thanks for listening, everybody.
we have emails.
Oh, we do? Okay.
Let's just do like 3 or 4. Let's do 4. So this is from Alexander, and he says, we've seen Izanagi in screens of Dancing All Night. In a hypothetical world where all the personas and demons are in the game, who would you like to see on the dance floor? Yeah,
Someone had to say it. Come on, Mar.
There's actually a video with like one of those Miku dance, whatever, those things, and someone like made a Mara model. There's actually like footage of that. Yeah, that Mara's the obvious one.
Mara's the answer to everything.
Mara is pretty much the answer to everything. If you're sending a COS question, and the answer is Mara, or it could be potentially Mara.
The answer's going to be Mara.
The answer's probably going to be Mara. That or featuring Dante from Devil May Cry. Basically, whenever we can't think of anything to be funny with, we just have to like fall back on like the easy shit.
That's going to be in the quiz, so.
So remember, on your index card.
Mara.
Mara.
Draw a picture if you need to.
Oh God, yeah. Just draw. Make a post. Yeah, make a poster.
Side, Mara on the other.
Have you ever had a teacher that's like, make a poster? It's like, how the
I don't want to make a goddamn poster.
What? Like, how's that supposed to help me study in any way? Like,
Did you have make a rap? I always had like teachers, like, or make a rap about like the ancient Roman civilizations, or like, no.
A rap isn't like the genre of music?
Yeah, like yo.
What?
Just a shout out to the Corinthians. We had to do that like in 6th grade, and it was terrible.
I knew you went to school near Chicago, but holy shit.
Yeah, we're like out in the the burbs. I don't know what happened there.
See, we're like my out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, northern Wisconsin. As soon as you said rap, I thought you meant like pizza wrap, like make a rap, like a rolled up piece of paper with all the information.
No, not like that at all.
All right, yeah, I was really confused. Like, do they want you to make like a joint out of like math problems? Like the fuck. Anyways, so.
Dude, like that was like when I was like in junior high or middle school, whatever they call it, where we live is like that was when like Eminem was like getting like really popular, and like white suburban kids were starting to get into rap. So all the teachers was like, we're gonna make a rap, or I'm gonna break it down for you, everything.
God, that's
okay.
Awful. All right, so yeah, Dancing All Night. What other demons or things could be in Dancing All Night though? Because I feel like if we just say Mara, that's not a great answer.
Moi Kane. That's my demon.
SMT4 or like the old one? That's just a brain with tentacles coming off of it.
Yes.
Okay. I don't even.
Always welcome.
I don't. Slime. Shaking dead ass.
Drag queen.
The thing that was only in Soul Hackers.
And you can't recruit. Can you recruit that?
I don't know.
You know, everybody. Like,
we talked about this the last time you were on. You fucker.
Shut up.
You get
play nice.
You get Koromaru in there.
Yes, I want someone Koromaru to the dance floor. Evacuate the dance floor.
Get the dog from SMT1, Pascal. There we go.
Yes.
Just have him like grooving.
I want Messiah to dance. Dancing for the Lord.
I want Igus to be in the game just doing the robot. There we go.
I want Igus doing the worm. It's just like a blank flopping around.
She gets an operating system error.
I need more joints. I only bend in 2 places.
I don't have the proper language pack for that. Malwarebytes has detected a problem. No, goddamn it, Igus, not again.
Oh.
Okay, thanks, Alexander. This is from Samael, and he says, "Damn, no other Chaos Demons must be having more internet lag. Anyways, what is the worst SMT game to grind in? For me, it is Devil Survivor Overclocked with the damn EXP cap. P.S. Metatron needs to go back to whatever place Mastema went. Where the fuck is Mastema? He has been here forever. Sparky, what would you say out of the ones you played was the worst to grind in?
The Survivor ones, because just because the battles there, take
They take a
longer.
while.
So that's like I like the doing like the battle and then like the story kind of thing. I do not like grinding in that. It's not
Um,
that it's bad or difficult. It just takes a long
it
time.
takes it definitely
And
takes a while.
grinding, just by its nature, takes a long time. You'd rather be doing something else progressing. So yeah,
I
just because
think
of what it is.
Devil Survivor overclocked. I had 35 hours on my final playtime. I think a good 4.5 of that was grinding free battles out for the final boss. Um,
Hey,
it was a little much. I will admit I went overboard. To the point where the second form of the boss fight, I actually like one turned the final boss, which was awesome. But yeah, like those get a little ridiculous. Actually, that's one of the things kind of holding me back from updating the Devil Survivor 2 Let's Play more is because my computer isn't the best. When I record, it comes off as like it's playing at full speed, but when I'm actually playing the game, it's like 75% regular speed. So free battles that take like normally 30 minutes can sometimes take up to like 50 minutes, and it's not always the most efficient way to spend my time sitting down and doing that. So kind of sucks, but I just have to deal. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say either of the Devil Survivors as well.
if you agree.
All right, so thank you, Samael. Um, let's see. It's from Jack, and he says, "Do you think that the protagonist will only use the one persona, either Orpheus or Izanagi, with no other personas except your teammates who also... Do you think their turn counter in the top left corner will do anything in Persona Q?" Um, I don't know. Like, it could go either way.
Yeah,
Because,
it's hard to predict.
yeah, it's kind of weird because we've never seen any like fusion element stuff from Persona Q. But if it's more like Etrian Odyssey, then we probably won't have fusion. I honestly I don't think we're gonna know until the game comes out, but you never know.
And it
I'd
could
like to see
change
fusion.
by then anyway, by the time it comes out.
Yeah, well, it's coming out in June. It's coming up fast.
That's true.
I'm kind of surprised we
That
don't
one
get
actually
that.
kind of snuck up on me. Like, and there's a lot of games that have been sneaking up on me, like that Yoshi one.
Yeah, or that baseball game about good feelings.
Mm.
Did you watch the Nintendo Direct, by the way?
No, I haven't watched Nintendo Direct in forever.
Oh, there's a point. There is
If
a
I've ever
point
even.
where they're like, we are making a baseball game about or that runs around the theme of good feelings.
Oh, ew.
And like they went through like each of the little mini games and like this mini game is designed to make you feel good. And it's like,
I
okay.
like many games that make me feel bad.
Yeah, I
Like ones
know.
that just like really erode my self-esteem so that like I feel bad after I'm done playing. I like ones like that.
Yeah, same here. Um and also, do you think the turn counter in the top left corner will do anything? Well, probably, or else it wouldn't be there.
Right.
So, that's what I'm assuming. Let's go one more. This from Ciao, this is Maya Amano. Uh, anyways, if Nyarlathotep ever comes to this podcast, you can expect me to come and whoop his ass. Speaking of Gnarly, he seems to be the one responsible behind the Persona 4 Arena games. If that's the case, the P3 and P4 casts would need my help, and I'll bring Ulala, Bawafu, I always hate pronouncing that name, Bawafu, and Katsuya with me. Don't you think that would be awesome if we appeared as DLC for Persona Ultra Suplex Hold? Seeing some characters from Persona 1 would be nice too, considering that all Persona games take place in the same continuity. Anyways, that's it for now, and remember, always be positive. I think I'll censor out the name of the person who I said because gotta keep that role-playing thing
Mm.
alive, that spirit.
Yes,
That
very important.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm never gonna understand role-playing, but people seem to be having fun with it, so that's all that matters. Um,
Yes.
I'd like to see Persona 2 characters in Arena. That'd be
Why the hell
nice.
not?
Yeah, like honestly, I can go either way at this point now. I've kind of come to the realization with Arena, as long as the characters are like balanced and it plays like a good fighting game, I really don't give a shit who they add at this point. Like there's a bunch of people that are like freaking out like, "Oh, they better not add the Persona 3 main character." And it's like, you know what? Why the hell not? Just throw him in there too. If he's a cool character, commit he could work.
It's nice to have some like varied representation. I mean, as long as like one isn't too heavy.
Yeah. Um So yeah, there's that. That's positive thinking.
Yes.
All right, so that's a good 4 emails. So yeah, there's that.
Mm-hmm.
I think we did our work here.
Happy Valentine's Day, Cathedral of Shadows. Take care of yourself and each other.
Yeah, Sparky, I'll see you next time that there's a holiday, because that's apparently the only time we're ever allowed to fanfic.
That's right. What's the next holiday?
Is St. Patrick's Day, is that?
Yeah, that might be a hard one. Well, we didn't do a theme. Well, we kind of had a romance theme for this one because we had like creepypasta for Halloween when we started.
Unintentionally, but yeah.
We have to have one with like a Hawaii American transfer student or something, or for 4th of July.
Like a self-insert, yeah. There we go.
And then July 1st is Canada's Independence Day, so we have to find one where they go to Canada.
There we go. Okay. So, yeah.
Cinco de Mayo is Mexico.
There you go. Well, we did read the one last time with that inner city child from Chicago.
Oh my God, remember that? Okay, that took place. That took care
What
of
was
me.
that called again? Like the worst thing ever written or something?
Yeah, and it wasn't even like about like any of the games, was it? It was just like random.
No, it was like the Persona 3 main character if he was from the hood, but like the game didn't even come into it.
Right.
So yeah. All right. All right. Yeah, I think we're done.
We could do Easter and do Messiah.
Oh, there we go.
I'm gonna start coming up with ideas. See y'all.
Bye.
Gather demons and come again.